Well, Eagles fans have clearly had enough as Eagles OC Kevin Patullo's house was egged. Oh my god, this is horrible. Like monsters. It's a man's house, his domicile. You're out here egging it. Oh god. As John Clark puts it from NBC 10, this is terrible. Yeah, that's about as much I can do from the faux sympathy aspect of this because that's what it is. It's faux sympathy. John Clark doesn't give one fuck about Kevin Patullo. None of these media members that are acting like lives were lost give one fuck about Kevin Patullo. Because at the end of the day, his house was egged. Lives weren't lost. I'm not condoning the action. It's a dick move. But in the scale of things that could happen to you, getting your house egged, pretty low on the list. Tires weren't slashed. He has to go clean up egg, okay? A couple of teenagers went to the store. They might have gotten a dozen, and they chucked them. Thoughts and prayers for the man's windows and siding and his door. But, like, get real here. We're going to act like lives were lost because a man's house was... This is terrible. How about this? How about my TV is basically egged every week when I have to watch his offense? Again, I'm not condoning it. I'm more ripping the faux sympathy from media members who need to go above and beyond and act like they are, you know, they're choir boys. And look, this is nothing against John Clark. I think John Clark a lot of times says things for just the sake of saying things. Like I think he is the king of Philadelphia engagement farming. He'll just put a tweet out that really is like a lot of words, just hoping that people retweet it. And I think this is an example. Like, this is terrible. No, this isn't terrible. It sucks for Kevin Patullo. He has to clean it up. Boo-hoo. You know, like when, and this is years ago, but I remember Chris Kreider was playing for the New York Rangers. He had a hat trick in a game. And it was a playoff game. He had a hat trick in a playoff game. He came home and there were hats all over his yard. And someone snapped a photo of him cleaning up the hats. Is that terrible? I mean, those monsters throwing hats at us. Hey, why is he cleaning it up? You know, like, it's not terrible, okay? Should it have happened? No, it's a dick move again. But terrible? Get the fuck out of here, all right? And I know some people will be like, what are you, 12, bro? No, I just don't give a fuck. I can't find the energy to really feel bad for Kevin Patullo, who's probably making a couple mil because his house got egged. I can't. You know, and what I feel bad for Kevin Patullo is the fact that I think Kevin Patullo is being hamstrung by Nick Sirianni because this is Nick Sirianni's offense. And I've talked about it ad nauseum, but if you're new, I guess I'll bring it up again. Every time Nick Sirianni touches the offense, this is what the offense looks like. And for a offensive-minded head coach who every time he touches the offense looks lost, that's not a good sign. So do I think this is all Kevin Patullo's fault? No, I don't. You know, we saw it with Brian Johnson. We're now seeing it with Kevin Patullo. We saw it with Nick Sirianni in year one. I don't think this is all Kevin Patullo's fault. I think that's the biggest reason of why Nick Sirianni is so steadfast at saying over and over again, we're not changing play callers. I think it's because Nick Sirianni is one of the play callers. They don't have anywhere else to go. But do I feel bad that Kevin Patullo's house was egged? For me, it's a shrug. It's like, whatever. But the media going overboard of like, oh my God, this is the worst thing. I can't believe this is horrible. Okay. Then if you think that's horrible, you've had the most incredible life in the world. If you think that is terrible, if you think that is just outrageous, you've been pretty fortunate. I think we've all come out at some point and had to deal with like real world shit. And Kevin Patullo getting his house egged by a bunch of teenagers, for me, that's pretty low on the list of things I care about. You know, I feel bad for Eagles fans who are spending their hard-earned money every week to go watch that product, to hear a head coach over and over again say that, you know, it's on us and, you know, as coaches, we need to address it and we'll fix it, you know, and I have the utmost confidence of the people in the room here to get it right when you know full well they're not going to get it right because it's not week 3, it's not week 4, we're walking into week 14 at this point. Yeah, I feel bad for those people who probably feel like they've gotten egged every single week. I feel bad for them who go and grind and, you know, this is their escape, and their escape is being ruined by a duo of Tweedledee and Tweedledum and Nick Sirianni and Kevin Patullo. I just, my only regret is that the team didn't go to Nick Sirianni's house, but I guess maybe they just didn't have enough money for the eggs. The eggs deserve better, flat out. The eggs deserved a lot better. But, yeah, jokes aside, like, the idea that Kevin Patullo's house getting egged is just the most terrible thing in the world. Yeah, it's not, John. And every other media member that is just ripping it apart. I'm not saying you have to celebrate it. I'm not saying that you have to go like, well, this is justified. I mean, I'm on Twitter making jokes about it. You know, and I made this video and there's jokes in it. And again, I'm not saying, okay, kids, let's all get eggs and egg everyone's house. Like, no, once again, it's a dick move. But the reaction from the media members, I feel like they're doing it because they feel like they have to because they're media members. Because it's like, okay, let's separate the sports from the human aspect. Come on. Like, Kevin Patullo is not going to have PTSD every time he walks in the supermarket seeing eggs now. He's not. He probably came home and went, are you fucking kidding me? And then he went and he got paper towels and Lysol or Windex. That's it. But, you know, I don't feel bad for him. I don't. He's getting paid a lot of money to fuck up an offense with Nick Sirianni. And by the way, when Kevin Patullo eventually gets let go, because it's going to happen at the end of the year, how could you keep him? He will have a job in about 45 seconds because that's the way the NFL works. Brian Johnson, his offense looked pretty damn similar in terms of like production-wise, and Brian Johnson was hired by the Commanders pretty fucking quickly. So Kevin Patullo won't have a problem finding a job. It doesn't matter how bad you are at your job. If you have a job in the NFL, you will have a job for life. Sean Desai is a prime example of this. But, yeah, for me, it's like, no, I feel bad for the fans, honestly. Again, not condoning it, but do I feel bad? No. For me, it was like, oh, okay. We can move on from that story. But then the outrage, the faux outrage and the faux sympathy from media members made me vomit because it was just so disingenuous and fake and you could see right through it. And the thing is, like, John Clark's going to have 5 other tweets probably in this hour. A lot of words saying nothing. But that one stuck out, at least to me. Subscribe. That'd be cool. I'm sure I'll get like the one guy who likes the Eagles. Isn't a diehard, but like he checks in on them. He'll probably comment and be like, LOL. What is this? This guy's a clown. I don't give. Sure. Okay. Again, talking eggs here. The price of eggs, too. I mean, this kid's going out. Like they would. That doesn't get talked about enough. You know, this isn't like 12 years ago. Eggs are affordable, readily available. No, like these kids really probably had to scrounge up some cash to buy those eggs. So I say the eggs deserve better. All right, thumbs up, thumbs down. Subscribe. Don't subscribe. I'd like you to subscribe. It'd be cool. I'm gonna go.